Chisaka Ono, also known as Slit-Mouthed Woman, is a Japanese urban legend that dates back to the 1970s. According to the legend, the Slit-Mouthed Woman is someone who wears a surgical mask to cover her face. She is said to approach people on the street and ask them if they think she is beautiful. If the person answers yes, she will remove her mask to reveal a grotesque and mutilated mouth that stretches from ear to ear. Oh, it's giving Joker vibes for sure. If the person answers no or screams in terror, she will attack them with a pair of scissors or a large knife. The legend has several variations, but most versions agree that the Slit-Mouthed Woman was originally a beautiful woman who was disfigured by a jealous husband or a vengeful spirit. Some versions of the legend suggest that she's a vengeful ghost who was killed by a samurai. This legend became widespread in Japan in the 1970s and 1980s. Many people reported seeing her on the streets, and rumors spread that she was a real person. Some schools even warned children not to walk home alone at night for fear of encountering her. Despite the widespread fear of the Slit-Mouthed Woman, there are no confirmed reports of anyone actually being attacked by her. Some people believe that the legend was a way for parents to warn their children about the dangers of stalking to strangers or walking alone at night. Others suggest that the legend may have been a way to express anxiety about changing gender roles and the increasing independence of women in Japanese society. Oh, that got a bit heavy at the end there, didn't it? Why can't it just be a ghost story? So, this next one I'm not 100% sure how to pronounce it. I think it's Teke Teek or Teke Teke, maybe Teek Teek, who knows? You guys might know, I don't. The legend states that if this Teke Teek catches someone, she will cut them in half with a sharp scythe or a knife, just like what happened to her. Some versions of the legend suggest that she is looking for revenge against those who bullied her, while others say that she is simply singing company in a lonely, ghostly existence. This is a Japanese urban legend about a girl who was cut in half by a train and now haunts the railway in Japan. According to the legend, the girl was walking on a railway bridge when she slipped and fell onto the tracks, where she was cut in half by a passing train. In some versions of the legend, the girl was pushed by a group of bullies. After her death, the girl's ghost is said to appear to people who are walking on or near railway tracks. She is usually depicted as the upper half of a girl with long black hair, dragging herself along the ground with her hands. Her name comes from the sound that she makes as she drags herself along, which sounds like teek teek, or whatever variation you guys prefer, or whichever one is the right version. That's what it sounds like. The legend has become a popular urban legend in Japan, and has been the subject of many horror movies, manga, and anime. It is often used as a cautionary tale to warn children of the dangers of playing on railway tracks and bridges. The story has also gained popularity in other parts of the world, with variations of the legend appearing in countries such as Korea and China. Number 3. Hanako-san. This is a popular Japanese urban legend about a ghostly girl who haunts school bathrooms. The legend states that if you go to the third stall in the girls' bathroom on the third floor of a school and knock on the door 3 times, Hanako-san will appear. Some versions of the legend say that you must ask Hanako-san a question or say her name 3 times, while others say that she will simply appear. Hanako-san is usually depicted as a young girl with bobbed hair, wearing a red or white dress. Her face is either normal or disfigured, depending on the version of the legend. Some versions of the legend suggest that she may have been a victim of bullying or abuse, and that she appears in school bathrooms to seek revenge against those who mistreated her. Another legend is that Hanako-san is the ghost of a young girl who died during World War II when a bomb hit her school bathroom. respectful of the spirits that may inhabit the school buildings. Some schools have even named their bathrooms after Hanako-san as a way of acknowledging the legend and calming students' fears. Number 4. Red Cape. Akamanto, also known as the Red Cape, is a Japanese urban legend about a ghost who haunts public restrooms. According to the legend, the Red Cape is a handsome man, wearing a red cape, of course, who appears in the last stall of women's or men's restrooms. He asks the person using the restroom if they want red paper or blue paper. That's very weird. If the person chooses red paper, Akamanto will wrap them up in his red cape and cut them open, spilling blood everywhere. If the person chooses blue paper, he will suffocate them until their face turns blue. Some versions of the legend suggest that he may offer other colours of paper, or even a gold cape, but no matter what the person chooses, they will meet a gruesome end. Oh my gosh, like which colour would you choose? The origin of this urban legend is unclear, but is believed to be popularised in the 1930s or 1940s. Some versions of the legend suggest that Akamanto was a vengeful spirit who was killed by villagers, while others say that he was a samurai or a soldier who committed suicide. This legend has become a popular part of Japanese folklore. It is often used as a cautionary tale to warn people not to talk to strangers and to be careful when using public bathrooms. Number 5. 8-foot tall woman. Hachisakusama, which means 8-foot tall woman in Japanese, who preys on children. According to the legend, she appears as a beautiful woman with long black hair dressed in a white kimono. The legend states that she appears in rural areas, often near forests or mountains, and targets children who are playing alone. She uses her height to lure children away from their homes, and her long arms to snatch them up and carry them away. Once she has taken a child, she will torment and scare them for several days before ultimately killing them. Some versions of the legend suggest that she may also possess children and turn them into her own kind. The origins of this urban legend are unclear, but is believed to have originated in the Miyazaki prefecture of Japan. The legend has become popular in recent years and has been the subject of many horror movies, stories, and games. This legend is often used as a cautionary tale to warn children not to talk to strangers and wander far from home. It is also sometimes used to explain disappearances of children in rural areas and has become a popular part isolated